of those following us. So, to all of you who are following us from all corners of the world, for your information, this Mass is animated by university students who are not dating and who have no idea until graduation. God is good. I know we have some fifth years. Wako hapa, fifth years, mko wapi? Yes, fifth years, fourth years. Very good. Those are the people finishing next year. After graduation, you start. You look for a girl. Not now. Right now, if you look for one, must be to sing the Psalms. We have always agreed that the best time for a university student to get a boyfriend or a girlfriend is after graduation. Are we communicating? Yes. Are we communicating? Yeah. Kwani hivi zanileta magaidi. But I have always said that relationships are not for children. Anybody who has not graduated is a child. I am Father CK just in case. Somebody told me the other day that Father, hii novena lazima iniletee mtu. Sasa nataka to make it very clear, hii novena haileti mtu. So we are praying, and then after praying, please, watu wafanye juhudi. But the point is made, and I really admired that guy's faith. He believed that after this novena, God is going to do something, and for sure he will. And we did say that this novena is for men and women seeking, not those who have already found one. So if you have found, this is not your novena. You need to wait for the 31 days for married couples. Those who are seeking, this is the journey that we did together. And I want to give some words of counsel. I will actually not give a homily or a sermon, but I'll give some words of counsel to our young men seeking to get married, our gracious young ladies seeking to get married someday, and our moms and dads, some few words of them. So I start with our gentlemen. And I want to talk to our men, the 8 things every young man needs to know before contemplating marriage. 8 things every young man needs to know before, not before entering into marriage, before contemplating. Number 1, a man needs to know that marriage and family depend upon God as their maker. Before this man thinks of entering into a relationship, which may be later, God willing, will resort to marriage, this man needs to know that God is the authority. With this in mind, he will be able to also know that it is God who provides the blueprints for marriage and the power source of love, wisdom, and health. Nowadays, we've got so many philosophies peddled around the world. But tonight, I want our young men to know that God is the authority. When all is said and done, then it means that the best relationship that this man needs to cultivate as early as now, it is the relationship with his master. Everything about marriage depends on God. Not money, not education, not positions, not the type or the size or the quality of the family that raised you. All those are important, but they are secondary. All of them. Not even religion. None of them ever comes anywhere near. When all is said and done, it is about God. And men must know tonight that you have to enter into a relationship because of God, not because you are getting old. No. I have heard these funny stories that men telling girls that, I want us to get married, I'm getting old. Allah, where were you? If you are getting old and you want to get married very, very fast, marry yourself. You are the only one who is available now. And therefore, nobody should fall into that trap that I'm getting old, I want us to get married on Friday, on married what I'm told. Allah, are you cockroaches? And again, let us assume that you are so late. The girl whom you want to marry is not late. So even if you are so late and you'll be dying next week, buy a bachelor. You might end up in heaven. We have so many bachelors there. Hi, men. Number 2, a man needs to know that marriage is meant to mature him and develop Christ-like character in him. Marriage needs to know, and every man needs to know that marriage is meant to mature him and develop Christ-like character in him. It is through this relationship that this man will conform into the image of Christ. So you are not getting married to have some authority over some people. You'll get married because you want to be more and more like Christ. If every man was to know that he is getting married to be more and more like Christ, to become more and more like Christ, then every man would work very hard not to enter into marriage in a hurry, but to get into the process, because our God is the God of the process. Number 3, a man needs to know the Christ-like role of servant, husband, and lover. So every man who is prepared and ready for the 3 roles can get married. That you are getting married as a servant to your wife, and God willing, tomorrow, your children. Number 2, a husband. We are saying this because we have so many men in this republic who have abdicated their roles. And number 3, a lover. One who treats a woman the way she needs to be treated. And the Bible has enough wisdom that it gives us on that front. Number 4, a man needs to know that commitment is a key to success in all of life, and especially in a relationship with a woman. We said that you don't enter into a relationship for temporal basis, but there is this commitment that you are entering, not to try, but you are entering into a relationship that the word commitment must be underlined, and especially if, and because it is the obvious, if you want to enter into a relationship with a woman and then that relationship ends up in marriage, then you got to be committed. It cannot be trial and error. Number 5, a man needs to know that the purpose of marriage is less to make you happy than to make you holy. Marriages are not designed to make you happy, because nobody in this world can make you happy. Not even your husband, even your mom, even your dad. Nobody. Happiness is a personal choice. So you can be happy if you want, and you cannot be happy if you do not want to be happy. So if tonight you are not happy, don't blame anybody. You are not happy because you have chosen not to be. So if you want to get into marriage because you can get happy, then kabisa, you are lost. Marriage, much as you may become happy. One writer says, Gordon says that if you are the right person in the journey and you marry a right partner, then the result will be happiness. But this happiness is not long-lasting. What is long-lasting is the holiness that you enter into because of the upheavals of marriage. And the upheavals tells you that there is a day that will come when you don't want to see anybody in that republic apart from yourself and your God. But she is not going anywhere. The day you don't want to see her at all, she is there sleeping. Still breathing and looking at you. and in your heart, you don't want to see her. She'll be there. At that point, happiness may not be the goal. That's why we are saying that you cannot choose a relationship where you forever be happy. That relationship and situation is only found in heaven. That's why we say that because you are not marrying a perfect person, then the capacity or the possibility of the person you marry to make you angry is higher than the fact that Jesus will come back again. Having known that, then you won't kill yourself. That I want to get a girl who can make you happy. She is in heaven. When you tuko hapo nao hapa, hawa ndio wanasema sisi ndio tuko. So don't be over demanding. No, you don't be over demanding. In fact, even your own mother cannot make you happy. And if your own mother cannot make you happy, ni mtoto wa wenyewe. Na labda amekuja katika hiyo doa with her baggage because she has a family that raised her. She has a family that mentored her. And she may not have been mentored as well as you were mentored. Some men are so well raised. And then you get a girl who has had her own brokenness. If you are not well rooted, then you start blaming her. She is not the problem. She never gave birth to herself. She has a mother maybe who broke her. She has a dad maybe who broke her. And having said that, you are the man in the picture. Don't expect her to come and make you happy. Already, she is coming sick. Because the only man who could make her happy was her dad, who has been a terrorist even before she was born. And here you are with your misplaced expectations. No, please. Pana. So, you can't be happy because of a woman, but you can be happy because of God and yourself. Number 6. A man needs to know that God gives authority and responsibility to a husband and to make the marriage thrive at last. Now, here I really need to talk to some men in this country, especially mothers' boys. Mothers' boys, please listen here. The responsibility and authority for marriage is given to the husband, not to your mother. It is you who got married, not your mother. You cannot get married and then you allow your mother to come and call shots. Such that anything that you do in investment, everything, even your own wife is harassed in your presence. And you can do nothing, just opening eyes like a goat and doing nothing. It never works that way. You participate in a situation where your girlfriend or your wife later is being harassed by your mother because your mother did not like her. No. You've got the authority. And if today you cannot stand and tell your mom, this is where I'm headed. So if you are a mother's girl, a mother's boy, before you get married, get out of the bag of your mother. Get out of her laps and be a man on your own. Because the moment you enter into a relationship and you have not released the grip of your mother, you are bringing in a girl to be terrorized by your own mother and you can do nothing. Because you have no authority. And your mother comes in and says, I'll be paying your bills. So your mother fuels your vehicle. Your mother has even given you a home to stay. So you are not paying rent. So your work is to enter and go out. Food, mother. Rent, mother. Everything, mother. Kuzaa ni wewe tu. Hata afadhali panya. Kona ya panya, the same. You are being taken care of like a pet. So if the mother comes one day and decides to harass your wife, you can do nothing. Utamwambia, by the way, unajua mama ndiye anatulipiaga bill. So mamako alikulea, akakuzaa, akakulea, akakusomesha. Umeoa, ulelewe na mamako na bibi yako. Umezaa sasa, mamako akulee na alee mtoto wako. God is good. Hiyo ni maisha ya mfugo. Hapana. Hatuwezi tuko tukiweka mifugo katika hii dunia. Wewe ni mwanaume aina gani? Mamako is everything to you. To the extent that whatever she says, it is what happens. Because she has the authority and the responsibility. Who gave her those authorities and the responsibility? The Bible is very clear. It is given to you. So if today you feel kabisa katika ndani ya roho yako that you cannot stand your mom and tell her, mother, here is where we are going. If you have no authority over your mother as the mother's boy, please don't get married. Stay alone, wait for Jesus, be fed like a pet. It is okay. It will be so sad and very unfair for you to go and marry somebody's girl, bring her there home, and make her suffer in your hands and the hands of your mother and some of your siblings who are as crazy as you. And your mother is a prefect. She chooses the color scheme of the home. She buys you everything because she is the owner of the homestead. And you are just there keeping quiet. It will be better you never got married. Dear men, young men, especially mothers' boys, please listen to this. Authority and responsibility is given to you as the husband. Your mother is nowhere in the matrix. Nowhere. Nowhere. Please do not drag her. I'll talk to her later in her segment, number 7. A man needs to know that divorce is avoidable. Divorce is not an inevitable reality in marriage. It is avoidable. Because from the beginning you knew that I'm entering into a relationship with an imperfect human being imperfect myself, subjecting ourselves to all perfect God, who keeps on perfecting us so that one day we may realize the dream of Matthew 5:48, that we may be as holy as our Father is in heaven. Before then, we keep on trying. Before then, we keep on trying. Before then, we keep on trying. No wonder we say that marriage is a sacrificial journey of two perpetual forgivers. Sacrificial journey. Every day is a day of making some sacrifice for a better tomorrow. And finally, for our gentleman, number 8, a man needs to know that a wife wants him to lead her, but will tend to lead and control him if he doesn't lead and initiate. Women have the capacity to do everything in the house, even when you are there. Everything. In fact, we have them in this world, feeding their husbands like their sons. Feeding them, clothing them, and she makes decisions. Especially if you are those men who got married some akili kidogo or another danger. And this is good for men to know. There is always the reason why you must be having between 4 and 7 years age difference. There is a reason why. Because psychologically, women mature faster than men. So if you are in a relationship and the difference is only 1 year, or you are telling us, asisi, tunakuwaga age mate. Allah! If you are age mate with your girlfriend, you can be sure before God and His Holy Church, intellectually and psychologically, she is far ahead, even in maturity or even in emotional maturity. Na sometimes anakuangaliaga too much to kanugu. Because sometimes she is wondering, is this man thinking? And by the way, before God, at that point, umefikiria yako yote. But she is asking, dear God, you gave me this goat from where? And that day you have really tried. When there is a substantial age gap, then you are able to recoup your thinking process. Let me tell you, there is a lie that you are told out there, that age is just a number. Please listen to me. In marriage, age is everything. Wacha nikudanganywa hapa. Age in marriage is everything. In fact, it is the first thing you factor in marriage. But the good thing to know is that when a woman comes to your life, the first thing she checks is the speed of your brain. She can decide to work with it, or she can decide to adjust herself and speed up things. She can say that I love this man so much. He's a good man, only that... But he's a good man, he's so handsome, you know, he's so adorable, a walking saint, but tuvitu tuanini ni kama jamaa unamwambia tununue baiskeli. Mnaanza kununua baiskeli in January mpaka September haijanunuliwa, because he's still checking and consulting. Consulting who? It is your bicycle, both of you. Consult her. She has a brain like yours. So don't go and consult there. You know, I wanted to consult. You'll be surprised. You come one day, you find the bicycle there. And she didn't ask you even a coin. And then because you are just a gifted... because you are just a gifted emotional weakling, you just come and say, ulinunua? Alafu bibi anasema, kawete kagu diko wako. Katika fikira zako na emotionality we ni kama tu kawete. But she's okay, by then she loves you. She never tells you that we ni kawete kake. Habiagi mtu. She only tells her girlfriend. And her girlfriend does not tell anybody, only her girlfriend. So only maybe 3 or 4, 5 people know that wewe need a tractor mzee ya diesel, lazima isukumwe kidogo, igurumie pale hivyo kahuria, alafu tukiedaga. So dear men, when you enter into a relationship, you are not marrying a brainless woman. When she comes, if things are not working, please know that she has the capacity to make things work. Initiate everything and do everything for the family. If you get one who is like that, adore her. She will make you rich. Because when a man knows that the wife is more outgoing, you don't work so hard to break her down unless you are a fool. But you allow her, but of course you work as a team. But even in the event, even if you don't identify that she is that gifted, and she realizes that you have a problem, kichwa yako na ya your mother ziko level moja, atakuignore na ignore your mother, na anunue buzi.